ब्रह्मचर्यव्रती दंडी सर्ववेदांत पंडित श्रीमद्विवेकयोगी मां प्रचोदयतु सर्वदा. Swamiji, after realizing this absolute strength, absolute knowledge, absolute feeling of oneness, which is centered in the Advaitic knowledge, he wanted Advaita to become practical in human life. How can we make Advaita practical in human life? Practical and poetical, he says, Advaita should become poetical in human life. Advaita should be the poem of your life. Just like a mother's love, the Radha Krishna love should become full of poetry, full of beauty. So Swamiji says, Advaita should become like that, practical in life. And he feels at that time, he writes, one defect which lay in the Advaita was its being worked out so long only in the spiritual plane only and nowhere else. Now the time has come when you have to make it practical. See, when I read this sentence, I always remember it is so comparable with the science which we know. The science which has become transformed into a technology, and that technology permeates our life now today. Even what I am talking comes to you because of the technological advancement. And earlier we used to grind our masalas, we used to cook different, everything has become now expressions of our scientific knowledge. So he feels that just as science has become so practical, we cannot be, our light, our water, fan, everything is science, it has a science behind. In the same way, the great Indian teachers recognized the science of life is centered in Advaita. Science of life is centered in the knowledge of one truth. If your life has to become happy, contented, fulfilling, then it must be centered on the truth. So when this truth is there, your work becomes transformed into Karma Yoga, your emotions become transformed into Bhakti Yoga. So everywhere, the light of Advaita, it starts shining and the life itself becomes a divine life, potentially divine, as Swamiji says it. So it shall no more be a rahasya. This religious, earlier it was a religious truth, so it was a Raja Guhyam. No, it should not be like that. It should not become a rahasya, a secret. It shall no more live with monks in caves and forests and in the Himalayas. It must come down to the daily, everyday life of the people. It shall be worked out in the palace of the king, in the cave of the recluse. It shall be worked out in the cottage of the poor, by the beggar in the street, everywhere, anywhere it can be worked out. Therefore, do not fear whether you are a woman or a Shudra. For this religion is so great, says Lord Krishna, that Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. All the man-made barriers will be broken down through the truth and strength of Advaita. Just imagine if we could spread this truth of Advaita, make it practical in our interrelationships, at home, in our offices, everywhere, then all these caste, creed, barriers will disappear. The high, rich, low, all that will disappear. Man, woman, differences will disappear. And everywhere there will be a harmonious halo of this Advaitic truth. Therefore, children of the Aryans, he calls, do not sit idle, Awake, arise and stop not till the goal is reached. Remember, the great sages said, Uthishthata jagrada prapyavaran nibodhata. Swamiji is linking it to this spread of Advaita. Awake, arise and stop not till the goal is reached. The time has come when the Advaita is to be worked out practically. Let us bring it down from the heaven into the earth. And that is what is at most needed. Now sometimes, we say there are rain clouds, but no rain is coming. They are trying all the different methods to bring the rain from the clouds to the earth. So why not we do this also? Advaita is now in the religious texts of our Hindu spiritual heritage. Can't we bring it up? Can't we use our technology, our knowledge, our most advanced system of scientific explorations, etc.? So all this should be brought out. Earlier, it was very practical. That is how we developed this language of Sanskrit, the medicinal Ayurveda, architecture, our music, our dance. Everywhere there was a halo of Advaita. And that is why they were so very beautiful. That is why they had their eternal qualities in them. That is why they were universally approved. Imagine that. So, where have we lost this Advaita? Where have we brought these divisions? So, thinking of these high truths, contemplating on it, from our Jnana Sopana, we should be able to make Advaita practical in our lives. So he says, the voice of our forefathers, they are asking us to bring it down from heaven to the earth. Let your teachings permeate the world till they have entered into every pore of the society, till they have become the common property of everybody, till they have become part and parcel of our lives, till they have entered into our veins and tinkle with every drop of blood there. So, never in my thought, words or deeds, there will be that Dvaita distinction. It will be permeated by the truth of Advaita. Imagine such a personality, a Ramana, a Sri Ramakrishna, a Vivekananda, and a host of such people. They did not find any difference in the human beings in the name of caste, creed or something. So the whole world can be a heaven of peace and prosperity if Svalpamapyasya Dharmasya, if we could take, it is Vivekananda's teachings or Sri Ramana Maharshi's teachings or any of our great teachers, or maybe through music, through dance. See, it is not only that through these religious discourses that we can convey this. All our Idihasas, Puranas, everything is filled with this Advaitic knowledge. So, on this Teacher's Day, let us remember, we can all be teachers in teaching this Advaita to our children, to our family members. Practice this. Make, as Sri Ramakrishna says, tie this knowledge of Advaita on our cloth or sari, or make this Advaita part of our life itself, practical and poetical as Swamiji wants it.